Hi guys, Dinner Lady here. Right, so it's now Wednesday and I'm going to do something maybe a little bit indulgent tonight, but I've had it in the freezer for a little while, so I thought I would make something special out of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a pork fillet Wellington. I know it's traditionally done with puff pastry. I haven't got any of that. I haven't got time to make any of that, so I've already made some ordinary short crust. I'm going to do it with a mushroom, what they call is a duxelle, but it's just like mushroom pate. And going to wrap that also in pancakes. So I'll bring you down and I'll show you all the ingredients that I've got. Right, so for the pancakes, I've got some plain flour, an egg and some milk, obviously a bit of salt. For the pate, I've just got some mushrooms there, which I'm going to put down in the food processor and then fry them off. I've got this pork fillet. Now, if you are doing this, it's traditionally obviously done with beef fillet, but if anybody can afford beef fillet, then crack on. I certainly cannot. At the correct price, it was £3.77, and I actually got it on reduced for £2.64 for all of that meat there. Like I say, it's been in the freezer, so ignore any of the dates on it. And my own homemade short crust pastry that just going to pop that back in the fridge. I did that at lunchtime. And then we'll do the pancakes first. Right, so I've got a large egg here. Now I know when I put that in, that's about 50 mils on there. So I'm just going to put some flour everywhere again. Some flour up to about the same. I don't need many pancakes. I only need probably maybe 3 to wrap around. More. Right, a little bit of salt. And then I'm just going to crack my egg in. Just nearly flew out my hands there. Right, going to get in. Now it's the same as a Yorkshire pudding batter, this, just a lot thinner. I'm just going to add a little bit of milk. It's probably about 100 mils of milk. Just going to add that gradually, just get this so it's starting to mix in. I've got my pan on, warming up on a low flame. Right. There we go. Far too thick at the minute. So it's starting to loosen up a little bit there now. See how thin it is. Right, so what I'll do is I'll just tidy up a little bit here and then we'll go on and make the pancakes. Right, what I like to do is put a little bit of oil in the mixture itself. And I've got no vegetable oil. Ian used it all for the fish cakes last night. No, it's not wanting to come out. What else fails? Do it this way. Just a touch. And that's just olive oil, ordinary olive oil. Right, so I'm just going to bring you around. Now I've never made pancakes like this for years. I normally make the big American ones when the granddaughter comes to stay over, because she loves them. Fruit and yoghurt in the mornings for her breakfast. I've not made actual, like, crepes. That's what these ones are like. But here in England we do call them pancakes. And, there that is. Oh, just want it on a nice medium heat. Just turn it up slightly, some batter in there. We swirl it round. Now traditionally the first one never works properly. I think I maybe should have taken a little bit of that pancake batter out, but it is what it is. Maybe just a tad more. I've been very generous with that, am I? That's better, look. Missy's having a little bit of a go in the background. The zoomies, as we normally call them, when she goes like that and she runs all over the house like a dervish. So we'll just keep going with this. Oh yes, it is working. Didn't look like it was there, but it is. I don't think I'll put any more butter in after this one. And just make a little bit of a peak underneath. Nowhere near at the moment. Right, so I'll bring you back once that's a bit browned on this side, and then we can flip it over. Right, so that's cooking lovely now. I'm just gonna, don't worry, I'm not gonna flip it. I'm not that brave. Let's have a look. What's it like underneath? Yay! I don't think I had my pan hot enough. So the second one and the third one will probably be a lot better. Colouring straight away there, look. Brilliant. Let's have a little look. Yep. There we go. I'm just going to pop that onto a plate. There we go. For the next one, like I say, I'm not putting any more butter in. I think I had a bit too much on that first one as well. There we go. See if we can watch this one a bit better, eh? You see straight away it's starting to cook because of the fact that the pan is warm enough now. You see it just starting to shimmer. Yeah. Right around the edges straight away. And as you can see, it's getting solid on the top. There's hardly any runny bits. That's exactly what you want. No, not yet. Be more patient, Amanda. Be more patient. It's not sticking, which is a good sign. Go, let's have a little look. Maybe you could have done with a bit more colour, but once that side's done, I might flip it back over and just get it a little bit more colour on there. Right, And there's the second one. I'm just going to finish off this third one off camera, and then I'll come back to you when we start dealing with the pork. Right, so just opened the pork up, and I'm just going to quickly pat it dry on there. Now if you have a look at this little bit of sinew here, I do want to try and get rid of it. I bought these mats for the kitchen from Temu, and they won't stay flat, and I keep standing on them. So just get your knife just underneath and just pull it along like that. That'll curl, or if you don't take this off, it will curl up your meat while it's cooking, and it doesn't really cook down that well. So we'll just take a couple of seconds just to get your knife underneath it. There we go. A little bit more here. So I'm not taking meat off, it's just literally the sinew. Now that's fat, so I'm just going to take a little bit of that off as well. Right. I'm just going to move that to one side. Let's have a little look. I don't want excess bits on like that. Now what I want to do is I want to cut that end off. I want to have it so it is, and cut that little bit off there. Don't worry, these will get used. Cook's perks and all of that. So there we go. That's that all ready to go. I'm going to quickly wash my hands. Right. Do a little tiny bit of salt. I've still got the pan on that I did the pancakes in, and I haven't cleaned it out, just to make you aware. That's no good. I need some more peppercorns. I'll just use the white pepper. Right, a little bit of oil. I'm going to get some nice colour on this. Yeah, them end bits, I might batter them out and have that in a sandwich tomorrow. Just turn that up because I do want to get some nice colour on this. Right, so I'm just going to bring you across, let you have a little look. Can't move it. Is that better? Just, sorry, little princess was wanting some food, so I'll just give her some prawns. Right, feel a little bit of heat coming off that now. There we go, that's what we want. A little bit more salt and pepper, and I'm just going to get this nearly nice and browned all the way around. Doesn't take very long. Right, so I'm going to get this browned all the way around, and then we can go and have a look and bring you back then. Right guys, so it's just, keep turning it and turning it and turning it and getting some lovely colour on, as you can see. So I thought what I might do while that is happening is deal with these mushrooms. So, got a food processor here. Now, never wash mushrooms, but I just like to go through them and make sure there's a bit of gritty bit on there. So we'll get rid of that. Have a look. You can brush them. I do have like a little brush like that, so you can just brush it all off. Make sure there's none on. So I have got two lots. I've got these white mushrooms, and I've also got some chestnut mushrooms. I'm going to see what these go down to. Because when you think about it, mushrooms are mainly water, and we are going to cook these in that pan where we've been doing the pork. Might as well do it, it's all flavour. So I'll see what this is like. Just keep going with these. Oh, stringy bit there. Keep going. I mean, the pancakes for wrapping round, basically that's to stop the water coming out and making your pastry soggy. What I would sometimes use as well is like Parma ham or prosciutto, or, you know, just something as a bit of a barrier. Let's get these all done. Takes a couple of minutes, doing nothing while that pork's browning anyway, so may as well just crack on. There we go. That in there for now. Right, and then just do it. I'm going to give that a little bit of, oh, it seems to be working. Thought there was a couple of that wasn't going to get in there. Just going to turn the pork again. Might put a few more in for these ones. Just help them a little bit. I remember a long time ago you used to have to peel the mushrooms like that. What a pain in the backside that was. Right, I might leave there for breakfast. Right, just going to do this again and I'll come back to you once it's done. Right guys, so I finished doing the pork all the way around and it looks amazing. So I'm just going to let that rest, that needs to cool. Still got the same pan here is what I did the pork in, and I'm just going to put the mushrooms in there. So just get rid of the blade. Drop off it on the side. Still warm, look. Like I say, there's a lot of water in mushrooms, so we want to try and get as much of that out. Just drop a bit. Just give it 1 second. Right, the thing is with mushrooms, they're very bland, so they do need salt. I've got about half a teaspoon of salt there, and this will draw out some of the moisture as well. And I do think you need quite a bit of pepper with mushrooms. I always do a lot of pepper. Brings out the mushroomy taste. Right, so I'm just going to do this on a low heat. Just let them go, just give them a stir every now and again, until all of the water comes out of them. Turn it up a bit. Once the water starts, they've soaked up that oil that was left in there. What they'll do is they'll start to render out all of its water, and then what we need to do then is, once all the water's out, is let it evaporate, so you're just left with pure mushrooms. Right, so I'll just crack on with this, and I'll come back to you once this is all done. Just thought I'd bring you back just for a second, you can see all of that water that's coming out there now. Now what we need is for that all to come out and to evaporate off. So if you put it in one fairly even and then just let that continue to cook until that water, you still see the water coming up there, look. Once that's stopped doing it and you hear it frying again, then you know that it's just about done. Right, so all of the water is just about gone. You can hear it frying again now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that off, and I want everything to cool down before we put it in the pastry. I'll just turn that off there now, and every now and again I'll just come and do that just to cool it down, and then we'll bring you back for the assembly. Right guys, so what I've done, had a bit of a mishap with the mushrooms, but hey ho, I've rolled this out. You've seen us do that before, and I've rolled some mushrooms in it because I actually hit the side of the frying pan with the rolling pin and the actually fell all over. So what I'm going to do is put some of the pancakes on there, just like that. I'm going to get some of the mushrooms to go on the bottom. A nice thin bit of mushrooms there. Oops, see, I'm not being very well with these mushrooms today, mind, I must admit. I'm not playing my tune. But that's what cooking's all about, isn't it? You just have to go with the flow. Right, a bit of pork. Again, it's got mushrooms on because they literally went everywhere. And pop that onto there. Spread it all the way around. Make sure it's all covered. A bit more all the way around. Might seem fiddly, but it's not really. Now to have something lovely to eat. There, and it's, look, sticks very nicely. Tidy this up just a wee bit. Wash the hands. Make sure that that's all sealed all the way around. Cannot really see this side, but if it's not the end of the world. It's only tea. Right. Excuse me. Right, so then all you do is you pick up your pastry and you roll it like that. Put a bit of egg wash, which I've already done, on there. There we go. Make sure that it's down on the egg wash side. Push it down. Don't want it. There we go. Push it right down. Let's use a little bit of this. I would normally save the pastry, however, because it's full of mushrooms, might not warrant that. So it's just like a big pasty, to be perfectly honest. I'm just going to go down on the sides like this. Actually, I didn't even put any egg wash on that, did I? There you go. One side. A little bit there. trim it off so it looks a bit nicer. And there you go, guys. I'm not going to cook it straight away because Ian doesn't finish till after 7. So what I am going to do is I'm going to pop it on my tray, which I've already got lined. And I'm going to give it an egg wash now. And then once that dries a little bit, I'm going to double egg wash it. Before it goes into the oven. Best thing to do for this is to put it in the fridge. However, I don't think I have enough room in the fridge to put it in, but it'll still dry like this. Right, so I'll bring you back once I'm going to put my double egg wash on, and I'm going to have a good tidy up. Right guys, it's 10 to 7 now, so I've had this in the fridge. I took it off the tray and just put it in the fridge like that, and as you can see, it's looking a little bit drier on the egg. So what I'm going to do, get some more egg wash and double do it. There we go. Just for a little bit of presentation, I've got the very blunt knife, and I'm just gonna just a little bit. Just gonna double check these now that it's been in the fridge for a little while. If it opens up, it opens up, because it doesn't seem to be wanting to stick, but hey ho, it is what it is. It's just tea at the end of the day. There we go, that's all ready. That's going to go into the oven now. Oven's up to temperature. I've got it on at 200 fan, so that'll be probably about 180 non-fan, and it'll probably go in for about 30 minutes. So I'm just going to pop that in there now. And just to show you what I've got is what we're going to have with it. I don't want double carbs, so we're not going to have chips or potatoes or anything like that. This was purple sprouting broccoli that we got from Aldi. I've blanched it for about 3 minutes in hot water, and the purple's gone. But what I want to do is I'm going to put that in the air fryer. I'm going to spritz it with a little bit of oil, put it in the air fryer, and if you've never had roasted broccoli, you have to try it. It is amazing. So what I'm going to do now is I'll wait until about 20 minutes, because that's going to be in for about 30 minutes for the pork Wellington, and then we'll get the air fryer going, we'll get this going. Hopefully Ian will be home by then, and we're going to have something to eat. Right guys, there's about 3 minutes left on the pork Wellington. So what I'm going to do is I've blanched a little bit of purple sprouting broccoli. That's not purple anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that in there, get rid of that, and a little bit of olive oil, a bit of salt and pepper, and then we're going to fry this in the air fryer. But what I will do is when the pork Wellington comes out of the oven, I will let it rest for a little while, because like all meat, you have to let it rest. I'm just gonna just do that. Oh, bits are coming off. But I'll get this in the air fryer, and then when Ian gets home, hopefully in the next 5-10 minutes, it'll all be just about ready to have. Like I say, I am going to rest the pork Wellington, because it is meat and it does need to rest just to get all the juices put back in. So we'll just give it a little bit. Right, so the buzzer's got off for the pork Wellington. Let's see if it's burst. Has it burst? Has it not? Turn this off. Somebody says today. Oh! Darth Vader wants his gloves back.
I know, I saw that.
Right, so what we're going to do is, that looks absolutely amazing. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to let that rest. Put that to one side, let that rest really nicely. And, like I said, I've got this warming up. About 30 seconds left, to be honest. Do we really need 30 seconds? Oh, I'm just going to push it back. Just going to put the broccoli in there. Well, that didn't happen, did it? So, there we go. Put that in there. Don't need 25 minutes. 4 minutes. Yeah, that would probably be just about right. And then we'll let this rest, and then we'll have everything on the plate. Right, so that's been out for about 10 minutes and it's been rested. And it didn't burst, which I thought, I was worried that it would do. Just going to get a knife out Ian's for doing that. It looks huge, but it actually isn't as big as what it looks. So I'm literally just going to cut it in half. Oh, pastry.
Is it pork fillet?
Yeah. Still red hot.
That's it, it's looking well. Oh.
There you go. So if you actually want to have a Wellington and you can't afford, like we can't, beef fillet.
Well, beef fillet is quite expensive, isn't it?
Yeah. Try this. So I'm going to have, put that on the plate.
A whole slab.
Well, eat what you can't, whatever you, eat what you can. If you can't eat it all, then we'll have the rest for
I'm sure I'll have a good go, like.
We'll have the rest for lunch tomorrow, like we normally do with the stuff. Right, and there's no other, just going to get, all you're having with it is a bit of broccoli. That purple sprouting broccoli that's gone really green now.
I like it crunchy though.
Yeah.
You get a bit of texture.
I love it when it's done. There we go. That's mine. Right, we'll turn that off, and I think it might be a little bit of a taste time, do you?
Yeah. Right. It's trying to get through and into it. It's quite hard to get into the meat. I've broke it up now, look.
Doesn't matter. It's eating it at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's food.
Bit of the pastry, bit of the duck cell, and the pork. It's going to be hot, this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow, that's nice. Foodgasm again. That pork's lovely. Mushroom duxelle, very nice. The pastry is nice and crispy. Lovely.
Well guys, if you're like us and you can't afford beef fillet, you know, I got that from, I think it was Lidl's.
Broccoli.
Yeah, crispy broccoli.
Crispy broccoli. What?
I think we got that from Lidl's, and it was only $3.77 if you bought it like that. But we did get it on reduced price because of the fact that it was that day. But we just brought it home, put it in the freezer.
Put it in the freezer, yeah. We often do that, don't we?
Yeah. And then we've made a really good meal out of it.
That's lovely, that, like. Very, very nice. Pork's beautiful.
Yeah, it's got just a little bit of pink. Just show you mine. Tiny, tiny little bit of pink. I don't want it too pink because it has been frozen. There you go.
Like.
Right guys, well we're going to get off and we're going to enjoy the rest of this meal and we'll see you later.
See you soon, guys.
See you later, bye.
Bye.